Information-fueled.
Opinion-driven.
This is Nashville's Morning News with Dan Mandis.
And so, my fellow Americans,
We talk news.
5:05, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 89.7 WTN. Good morning to your friends. How are you? Welcome on in to your Tuesday, February 25th of 2025.
Good morning, it's 5 o'clock, and I'm Joe.
Why am I hearing that? Okay, so I'm...
Sorry about that.
Was that you, Joe?
That was me.
Okay, come on. One way or another this morning. It's a bizarre story about how at the national security agencies, you have these employees that have been in government-sanctioned chat rooms under DEI, and they've been talking about like a bunch of really bizarre sexual stuff. Again, under the umbrella of DEI. This is your taxpayer dollars at work. You know what this really is, Joan? This is like the personnel version of USAID.
Yeah.
And I do wonder how many more of these stories are going to be uncovered. Because remember, one of your big stories today, Elon Musk is saying these folks, the federal employees, get one more chance to respond to that email from Elon Musk. He's asking really for very little. I mean, if you think about it, give me 5 things that you did last week. I mean, that's all. That's all they need to do. And so now we do have this battle going on over the email. But as all of that sort of takes shape and is in the news cycle, we do have this crazy story about polyamory. Or polyamory. Is that polyamory? Am I saying that right? I think it is.
Polyamor.
Polyamory. Can you look it up? I looked this up before find the little lady that says polyamory or whatever it is. But if you don't know what that is, basically what it is a whole bunch of people who kind of like are swingers in a group, right? So you've got a group of people and they just sort of have sex with each other. I mean, that's basically what it is. Employees at the this is, by the way, from the enterprising reporter Christopher Rufo, and this is all over the place. Employees at the National Security Administration have been holding lurid sex chats in sensitive government chat rooms in the name of DEI. And so they were indeed sanctioned chats, like government approved, literally. A report by journalists Christopher Rufo and Hannah Goodman claiming the NSA agents engaged in wild chats on the NSA's Interlink messaging program featuring wide-ranging discussions of sex, kink, polyamory, and castration.
I mean, honestly, what's so wrong with that?
Yeah.
I just started my day back, and I have to. This is what we're starting with.
Listen, they've never worked in radio. You know, we talk about. Anyway, Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, was irate and promised to root out National Security Administration agents who held lurid sex chats in sensitive government chat rooms in the name of DEI. See, that's the thing. This was all sanctioned under Biden.
That's so stinking crazy.
It is. But is it surprising? See, this is why they have been so freaked out about the Trump administration getting in there and taking a look at what's going on. Because this kind of stuff.
And they couldn't unwind it fast enough before the administration took hold.
No, you know what's so funny? You would have thought. Here's the funny thing. They have had since November to erase all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, they've had since November. Now, apparently these chat rooms, if you will, they have now been destroyed. But I do wonder, I mean, okay, they couldn't cover their tracks. I mean, we knew that Trump won, obviously, by November 6th. So why in the world did they not spend the last couple of months completely covering up their tracks? I mean, this is the national intelligence agencies. They say the revelations of chats about polyamory and castration came as President Donald Trump and Elon Musk's Doge continue their effort to purge the federal government of woke gender ideology. Oh, you know what I want to see? Joan, I want to see Maxine Waters and Chuck Schumer out there in front of the National Security Agency buildings protesting because they want to keep their group sex chats. That's what I want to see.
We do not have enough coffee for this. I might need something stronger than coffee.
A report by journalists Christopher Rufo and Hannah Goodman claimed the NSA agents engaged in wild chats on the NSA's Interlink messaging program. And so what is polyamory? Polyamory is the practice of having multiple romantic and sexual relationships with the consent of all people involved. They also talk about polymules.
Huh?
In practice, it's polycule. A polycule, I don't know any of this.
It's actually kind of common nowadays, to be honest with you.
Polycule?
Well, no, just polyamory in these kind of relationships. If you go on like dating sites and stuff, a lot of these people are married and just looking for like a side dating hustle kind of thing. It's actually more common than you think.
With everybody in, like the husband and wife, everybody knows?
Sometimes they date separate. Sometimes they don't need the husband or wife. They know, they're aware, and they also date separately. Sometimes they date separately. Sometimes they add it into their relationship. It's actually, unfortunately, very common.
You know too much about this, Jeff.
I'm in the dating world now, Joan. I'm in a very unfortunate situation. I'm in the worst time to date ever.
Listen, it actually sounds like there's plenty of opportunity out there. I mean, nobody's committed to anything, it would appear.
But the thing is, I'm not that kind of person. If I'm dating someone, call me crazy, I don't want them seeing other people.
So this also happened at the VA.
I was going to mention that, Joan.
Isn't that
Remember
crazy?
that? You and I talked about this. In practice, a polycule is a group of non-monogamous people linked by romantic and sexual relationships that can be as big or as small as you can imagine. So it's like a throuple.
Throuple, yeah. Another term that we just should not know.
These chats, according to Rufo and Goodman, were legitimized as part of the NSA's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. They quote agents who have claimed to have undergone feminizing, gender-affirming surgeries or gender reassignment surgery. So agents have gone through all of these surgeries, and then they're encouraged to talk about it on official NSA or government-sanctioned chat rooms that our taxpayer dollars are paying for. And by the way, a lot of this stuff, I literally cannot talk about on the air. By the way, follow me on X at Dan Mandis Show. The Daily Mail, the original Daily Mail story is right there. And you'll see a lot of the things that they're talking about. Because, I mean, again, I feel uncomfortable talking about it on the radio because even at this time of the morning, kids are listening. Rufo and Goodman, though, said their sources claim that left-wing activists used LGBTQ plus employee resource groups to turn their kinks and pathologies into official work duties with the full support of their superiors at the NSA. Others talked about engaging in polyamory or ethical non-monogamy, with one claiming they were part of a 9-member polycule. Gabbard, who oversees the 18 American, Tulsi Gabbard, who oversees the 18, I could imagine, can you imagine like Tulsi Gabbard? She's been in charge for what, 4 or 5 days now? And this is what she walks into. Gabbard, who oversees the 18 American spy agencies, responded to the report promising to clean house. Yeah. There's not enough cleaning fluid to.
I was about to say we need to sterilize that.
Yes. How do you sterilize all of those agencies?
Wouldn't it be really great if the intelligence agency was focused on, I don't know, intelligence?
That would be great.
Yeah.
There's a lack of intelligence clearly in the intelligence agencies. They say that the NSA, they have these 18 American spy agencies, they have now confirmed the existence of the chats, which they say have been destroyed. This behavior is unacceptable, and those involved will be held accountable. Here's what I don't get. I'll talk about what I don't get coming up.